What's up everybody, Zeke here with Flyin Oakland, and here is my first video from my YouTube channel. And this first video I want to dedicate to Aldrin over at Flight Path. I'll link his channel below. You know, he's an incredible creator, you know, in the San Diego area. He does amazing photography, amazing videography, and he has a ton of great tutorials on DJI, the DJI Mavic, the DJI Spark. And you know, I definitely really want to thank him, you know, for motivating me and encouraging me just to get out there and just create a channel and create a video and not overthink it. So Aldrin, thank you so much for that inspiration. The first video that I want to create today is going to be about my gear, or you know, essentially the things that I kind of leave in my toolbox. So I'm a big fan of the Apple platform and iOS, so this video is being shot on my iPhone 7 Plus. So that is kind of like the first tool. That is something that I always carry with me. The second tool that I love to use, and I'm going to walk through each of these individually and show you, is GoPro. I think GoPro has a really solid platform, and you know, you don't have to be an action sports enthusiast or like an action sports kind of individual in order to really appreciate GoPro. I love GoPro for both their photos and their ability to shoot, you know, really high quality HD video, and it's extremely compact and it's very portable. And so to me, that's extremely important. That's one thing that I will really showcase in my channel, is the technology that I like to use. And you know, for me, being ultra portable, ultra light is very key. And then, you know, I think the main focus of the channel is going to be around drone and drone photography and drone videography. And so for me, my introduction to that world was with the DJI Spark. And I really feel like DJI nailed the Spark when it came to, you know, a very entry-level platform. You don't have to spend a ton of money to, you know, to get out there and start flying and have a great time. And for me, I didn't want to commit a lot of money right out of the gate. I didn't want to overextend myself on a drone. So I went with the DJI Spark, and I absolutely love it. I think it's an absolute amazing you know, aircraft. And for anybody who's really thinking about getting into drone photography or, you know, or videography, I really feel like the DJI Spark is a perfect system to get out there and use. So let me kind of walk you guys through, you know, piece by piece what I use, and let's get to it. Okay, so as I had said, you know, one of the tools that I love to use is GoPro, and I think GoPro has an amazing platform, being ultra portable and ultra light. So I have my GoPro Hero 5 Black. I have it on the extended stick here that enables you to get, you know, really unique point of views. And again, it breaks down extremely compact, and it's very versatile. It also has a little tripod mount that sits inside of the grip handle here, enables you to set up the device, and then you can use the remote, or the Remo I believe they call it, and enables you to kind of set it up as so. I keep all my kind of GoPro accessories in a GoPro pouch, and I'm going to link everything to what I have here in the description below. You know, one thing I think GoPro really nailed it on was using USB Type-C, and I'm a big fan of USB Type-C. It has a really solid throughput and fast charging. So I have the dual charger, I have the GoPro extended battery, I also have an additional tripod mount, I have a handful of little accessories or so. I have a backpack strap from Incase. Enables me to mount the GoPro on the strap of a backpack, so I can get some, you know, unique, you know, first-person point of views. Obviously, I got, you know, all the cables, and then lots of batteries. You know, with anything, I think you need to have lots of batteries. So I have this unique case here from K-Star. Enables me to hold all my batteries. So I have 3 batteries here. I keep 2 in the charger ready to go. Obviously, there's 1 in the GoPro, and then I have the little Remo remote. You know, this is absolutely amazing. It's super small. It still has the voice activation, which is really great. I have it on the little belt clip. I can keep it kind of concealed and, you know, inconspicuous, so it doesn't look like I have some fancy remote. And that's the other thing about the GoPro that I really love, is it enables you to capture amazing footage without looking like you have a big fancy camera. It still captures 4K video. It has an amazing sensor on you know, for still photos, and it captures a really super wide field of view. And to me, that is, you know, when you think about a camera this small, you really can't go wrong with it. Okay, next is gonna be my drone. And to me, like, this is obviously the piece that I'm using the most these days. I do not have a case for it yet. I just ordered the GPC or Go Professional cases, Flyin combo case from GPC, and I should have it here in a couple days. So I do have the green DJI Spark out of the Flyin combo. Amazing, amazing platform. I have, you know, the RC with the control protector. I have a total of 4 batteries, and then, you know, this is actually another piece. Again, yeah, I'm gonna probably reference FlightPath a lot because there's been a lot of motivation behind that. The Mavmount mount for the remote is an absolute amazing piece of technology. It's very simple. It's not overthought. They really kept it simple, but for me, I really wanted to be able to still use like my iPad when I flew. I want to be able to have a big screen. I can still switch out to my iPhone if I wanted to. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through how I use the Mavmount with my RC right now. Okay, so I have the Mavmount set up now with my iPad. Obviously you can see, you know, it definitely makes the controller and the entire platform a lot larger. But one of the things that I like to do as well is utilize a smaller clamp if I want to still use my iPhone. And so I'm able to swap it out with a smaller one here. This one is from WizGear. So I just have to unscrew this one from the Mavmount, and then I could set up my iPhone on it. Like I said, the thing about using the iPad when you're flying with your drone is it's going to give you a much, much larger field. And honestly, at the end of the day, the feel is still fine. You start to really understand the tactile feel of the controls, so you don't really need to be pulling back and looking at the remote. You have everything here, and then you're able to make the necessary changes in your on your iPad inside the DJI Go 4 app as needed. And to me, I think that is you know, basically it's going to be the perfect setup at that point. I do run it with a OTG cable and a USB to Lightning cable below. Again, I'll link all these down below. Aldrin does a great job of talking about this, and again, he inspired me to go out and purchase this platform and this setup after watching one of his videos, and where he talks about utilizing the Mavmount and using an OTG cable. Now, I want to kind of talk about the OTG cable for a minute, because, you know, a lot of the people in the forums, especially on Facebook, are talking about having a lot of issues using an OTG with, like, you know, Lightning cable or with like Android. I can't speak to their experiences and how they are leveraging the OTG cable with an iPad and the RC remote for DJI Spark. For me, I run an iPad. This is an iPad Air 1 running the latest version of iOS 10, 10.3 I want to say, and I don't have any issues whatsoever. I have no drop off. I have no loss of signal. To me, this has actually been the best piece of technology I could have added to my setup here, because when I was running just Wi-Fi off of the remote, I was getting a lot of video drop off, and that is extremely frustrating. And it's actually a little scary when you're a new drone pilot, when you're flying, you're out there pretty far, maybe you have it up at 120 meters and you're up, you know, you have almost lost sight of your drone. And so you're really relying on the video that's coming back, and then that video cuts out. And so me, like, the very first time I did that, I thought, oh no, that's it, my drone's gone. And then the video came back. Now, since I started running the Mavmount system with my iPad and an OTG cable, I haven't had that issue at all. I've been able to go to max altitude, which here in the States is 120 meters or 400 feet. Anything above that, the FAA is not really happy with you. And I've had it out a few thousand meters beyond that, and I have had perfect reception in both kind of the city and the rural landscape. So I highly, highly recommend this. I'm a big fan of using the OTG cable. I keep the iPad in airplane mode. This iPad is stripped down just to bare minimums when it comes to the software that I need on there. Just like I said, it's iOS and the standard apps. I deleted all the apps that Apple enables me to delete off of them. And I just have DJI Go 4. I have the DJI app. I have Google Photos because I store all my stuff there. Let's see here. Wants to do another update. LumeFusion, and then Snapseed. So I'll talk later in future episodes on the software that I use to edit my photos. Kind of a big challenge that I gave myself this year was to move off of some of the more heavier platforms, you know, the Adobe Premieres, the Lightrooms, Final Cut Pro, great programs, great systems, and I'm a big fan of them, but I'm really trying to do as much as I can mobile. And when I say mobile, I'm saying I want to use my iPad, my iPhone, I want to store all my content on the cloud, and I want to see if I can produce content that is competitive to some of the stuff you'd see on Lightroom, Adobe, Final Cut Pro. I want to see if I can create content that can rival that and still be enjoyable and viewable and, you know, customizable to a point. Okay guys, so there you have it. My first video probably sucks a little bit, and I'm okay with that. You just got to get out there and you just got to start creating. That's my number one piece of advice, is just create. And you're not going to be perfect out of the gate. I know this video is far from perfect, and there's a lot of things that I could do differently. There's a lot of things that I could do better. Like I said, for me, it's just to put myself out there, show you what I use. You know, a lot of people will leave comments on my Instagram account that, you know, oh, your videos are great, your pictures are awesome. And I kind of wanted to maybe help another's kind of like Zeke out there who is maybe a little scared to get out there and create something, doesn't really know where to go or where to start. And for me, this is how I started. I started with the DJI Spark. I absolutely love it. And I want to, again, give a special thanks to Aldrin over at FlightPath, who, you know, gave me a lot of inspiration, has a lot of great tutorials for beginners, and I definitely leveraged that. And then I took what he said and what he was teaching, I mixed that in with some of my own creative nature, and, you know, you can see all my photos on my Instagram. It's gonna be Flyin, FLYIN_Oakland, and I will link that below as well. But this is the gear that I use, and that's it. Take care, everybody. Peace.